playoffs last year. Still on that board, but Reinhart's at the top. Here's Forster at the draw. Rebound! They score! Noah Cates follows up the shot and ties the hockey game. It's 1-1. Cates gets the Flyers' first goal of the season.
You know, he had one of the best with Quinn Hughes in Vancouver.
It's a power play right now for the Flyers as that shot is ringed high and it bounces out in front, and Tippett deposits the loose change. It took a Flyer bounce off the glass. Gostisbehere has to play as offside. Sometimes that's unusual for some players, but you know, Tripp, in NHL history, some guys like it. Here's a chance for Philadelphia. Snapshot, they'll score. Bobby Brink. High to the glove hand. He beats Anderson, and the Flyers retake the lead. It's 2-1 Philadelphia. Loose puck behind the net. Aho paws for it. Brink. He'll settle it down for Forster. Forster finds Brink. Cates out in front. High slot. They score. Travis Sanheim got loose, and he risks one past Anderson. We're tied at 3 with 4 minutes left here in the third.
As the Panthers had to change their backup situation. Forster, nice steal, the shot, he scores! The first goal on home ice this season belongs to Tyson Forster. 1-0 Philadelphia. Beregi in across the line. Beregi dropping it back off the mark. Konechny, he's got Couturier. The breakaway for the captain. He scores! First of the year for Couturier, and the Flyers lead 2-0. Here's Couturier waiting. Bennett runs him over as he went a long way to get to him. Zegras then crunched into by Bennett. Got it in front of Couturier. He scored! What a setup from Zegras. Couturier buries it. 3-point night for the captain, and they have the lead back with 4:10 to play. Oh my, Flyers that close to a 2-goal lead. They're right back at it here. Cates the shot. He missed the net. Rebound Brink. He hammers it home. Empty net goal. 4-2 Philadelphia. Passes it. And Dvorak was checked. Konechny gets it back to Couturier. Out to Sanheim for the shot. They score. Dvorak was in front. I don't know if he touched it. It's an empty net goal though, and the Flyers lead. Follow sends it in. Sanheim is back up the wall. Zegras, nice touch pass to Tippett. Tippett gets those legs moving. Tippett to the line. Tippett waits, fires, and scores! Turbocharged time, and Tippett with the finish. It's a 2-1 hockey game. To Konechny. Konechny banks it to Couturier. Couturier into the middle. It's Juleson off for the shot. They score! That man gets on the board here this season, beating Hellebuck, and he makes it a 4-2 hockey game. Check back to retrieve. His pass tipped by Dvorak. He gathers, drops it off Zegras quickly across Tippett. The shot, save, lost it, rebound. Tippett pokes it free, tried to bank it in. He scores! Oh, and Tippett stayed with it, and the game is tied at 1. And now Drysdale emerges to center with the pass to Forster. Forster right up the gut off to Cates. Cates waits, holds, fires, and scores! Noah Cates is the hero! His first career overtime game-winning goal. Drysdale from the red line, backhands in. The core is checked by Couturier, lost it, and now Sealer in front, tipped in, they score! Turnabout is fair play. Owen Tippett, a goal in his third consecutive game. And he's behind Brink with that pass. Now Forster to Brink. Back to Forster. He holds, waits, fires, and scores! A laser from Forster. And it's a power play goal.
Get Tippett out there with another terrific feed there by Tippett.
Here is Michkov moving up. Stops, goes across. Samula holds, waits, in front. Konechny, he scores! On cue, Travis Konechny has that elusive first goal of the season. Break for the Flyers, and they keep it in the zone. Here is York, dealing it off. Cross Zegras. Zegras, the move, then back out. York takes the shot. Score! Forster in front, perhaps getting a piece. The power play with with 2 on the night, and it's 4-1 Philadelphia. Back by the Flyers. Work for Tippett. Tippett to Couturier. Back to Tippett. Send it in front. They score! Konechny whacking away, but this might be Tippett's goal. We'll have to wait and see. The Flyers now a 5-2 lead. And he'll get it ahead to Pinto, who is then checked by Tippett. And on cue, those two come together. Tippett rifles the puck into the Ottawa zone. Is off at a change. Konechny stays out. His pass goes back to shot. Forster. He scores! Tyson Forster off the bench and onto the scoreboard. He had just replaced Tippett on the ice at 29 seconds in. Oh, almost had Michkov. Zegras for a 2-on-1, but again, the puck didn't go through. Dvorak's got it now to Michkov across for Zegras. Zegras centering it in front, and Dvorak scores! Zegras, another top-notch spot. His pass to Zegras. Handing off. Dvorak roaring in, checked, bats at the puck, got it back to Zegras for the check. He scores! And there it is, number 1 in the orange and black for Trevor Zegras. And the game is tied at 2. Cates didn't handle that one. It's Brink getting to it. And now Brink turns toward the net. Brink fires, save, rebound, save! Sorokin off of Zegras. They continue to dig. They score! They're all digging away. It's a power play goal, and the Flyers have tied it at 3. Michkov, 3 for 7. Is in from the right wing. And scores! 2-1 Flyers in the shootout.
Cates spun it back for York. Quarterbacking this second unit. Slides it top of the circle. Zegras down low. Cates in front. Kicked out by Sheeloff. Score! Bobby Brink ties this game at 1. Letang still with it. Tried to sauce one through. Konechny knocked it down. And Brink speeding out of the box, and the Flyers come on the rush. Konechny a shot. Score! Number 200, and the Flyers have the lead.
But Zegras is in the locker room watching on television. Here's Bobby Brink.
Again, Zegras and Crosby in the locker room watching. Here is Bobby Brink. Brink moving in. He
And Zegras furthers it to Michkov. He's got a man all over him. Blankenberg knocks him down. Michkov stays with it. Hands off to Zegras. Zegras to the slot. The shot. He scores! A laser from Zegras. He continues his home ice streak, and the Flyers have the 1-0 lead. Moves it to the point. Drysdale. Drysdale for Zegras. Zegras turns and fires that one. Deflected back behind the net. Michkov. Michkov. Centered shot. Score! Jimmy Drysdale! And it's 2-0 Philadelphia.
Both power play goals came from this group.
Cates wins it cleanly to York. Cross ice shot. They score! Cover Zegras remains red hot. And the Flyers power play takes little time. 3 seconds to make it 3-1. Blankenberg across the shot. Save Ledar! He's stoned. Stamkos. Flyers move it up. Konechny takes the return feed. He's got the empty net. He makes the move. He has it. He fires and he scores! Goal number 201. Bit of a different look to it. The lines certainly do. There's Nikita Grabenkin back into the lineup as well. As he sends that puck in, he's playing with Travis Konechny. And Christian Dvorak. Dvorak the shot. He scores! And that line goes right to work. And Dvorak gives the Flyers a 1-0 lead just 69 seconds in. Nearly lose the puck as we headed to the around 4 minutes to play in the third. Michkov in, he stops, got that puck across to Zegras, turns, passes, Forster shot, he scores! It's a power play goal. It's another point for Zegras at home.
Gets into position.
Not that time. Konechny off the draw, beats Wolf, and the Flyers are on the board. It's 2-1. A good two-way player, Sean Couturier. He goes and gets this puck deep in Montreal ice. Canadiens able to play it up the wall, and York is there across to Travis Sanheim. Then the deflection, they score. Bobby Brink, the redirection off the Sanheim feed, and the Flyers less than 2 minutes in have the 1-0 lead. 40 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3. Zegras all the way out to the line. Switches spots with York. And then behind the back pass to York. Shot, he scores! Trevor Zegras with more setup magic. And York, the payoff. Power play goal. It's 2-0 Philadelphia. And he'll deal it off again for Zegras. Zegras, tremendous start to his Flyers career. Takes the shot, save, rebound, they score! Break! Already with his second of the night. And the power play strikes. Bang, bang! Just like that, it's 3-0 Philadelphia. Banks it to Konechny. Flyers get all jumbled up at the line. They'll spread out now. Konechny drops it off Grabenkin. Grabenkin to the slot. The shot, score! Nikita Grabenkin is first in the National Hockey League. And the Flyers tie the game at 4. Talk about good timing for your first in the National. Had at least 20 shootout attempts. Trevor Zegras, 14 of 22. He is going to take his time on the way in. He's going to do so from the right wing. Now he picks up some speed, and he scores again. Trevor Zegras beats the goalie clean, and it's 1-0 Flyers in the shootout.
Brink set flying from the seat of his pants. The pass to Couturier. It goes cross ice with room over there is York. York holds. He's checked. Centered it in front of the net. They score! Matvei Michkov off the setup from York. And the Flyers tie the game at 1. Michkov ending that 9-game goalless drought. It bounces away from Bobby, and Shea will play it, but it's flagged down by Konechny. Konechny knocks another one down. His pass is to Drysdale. All kinds of room. The shot, save, rebound, they score! Cates pounds home the rebound. And the Flyers take a 2-1 lead late in the second.
This one's controlled cleanly by the Flyers in York. And he'll get air underneath at the center. Dvorak hasn't landed his feet. Drops it back. Konechny takes a shot at the empty net and scores! Travis Konechny into the empty cage to give the Flyers a late 3-1 lead. Konechny back to the point. Shot from there by Dvorak. It makes its way around behind. Michkov trying to get himself some space. Does. Michkov to the slot. The shot. He scores! Goals in back-to-back games. And Matvei Michkov gets the crowd into it and gets the Flyers on the board. It's 2-1.
Baseball team there, couples.
Drysdale out to Sealer and across. Zegras holds a shot. Save, rebound, Drysdale. He scores! Jamie Drysdale ties it at 2. Back to Michkov. Takes things under his own control there. Moves it back. York has it again. Fires and scores! That's 3 straight games with a goal for Michkov. He's warming up. Power play goal ties it at 1. Into the Philadelphia zone. Back to get it is York. He'll stab it to Sanheim up the wall for Zegras. Zegras got it ahead. And here's Dvorak. He's got Tippett with him. Dvorak will drop it back to Zegras. Zegras with the shot. He scores! There's your answer, Boosh. Trevor Zegras. His response is to score a goal. Dvorak comes up with it. Dvorak out to the point. Shot, Juleson blocked. Bounces free. Tippett a deflection. Safe, and if you rebound, they score! Dvorak swung in. Picked up the rebound in front. And the Flyers respond immediately. Vucinovic ended up with a good scoring chance. Good play here by Tippett. He holds, he waits, he goes back out. Andre hammers one. Score! Zegras was in front. Andre fired away. Tippett set it all up, and the Flyers have tied this game at 3. Pitch it out to the neutral zone. Back to play it as Kessel down. He goes. Tippett centers it in front. Dvorak shot. He scores! Owen Tippett with the theft sets up Dvorak. And his second goal of the night has the Flyers back within 1. It's 5-4. Comes back out toward Andre. He gets to Tippett. Tippett to the point. Juleson across Zegras. Zegras in the middle. Tippett shot. He scores! This line is on fire tonight. Tippett a 4-point night. Ends his goal drought. And the Flyers again have come back. It's tied at 5.
Bennington earned the Blues a chance to get to the shootout. Zegras slows down. Cuts back into the middle, same move, and he tucks that one 5-hole.
Man, I mean, it's just silky, silky, silky smooth. Look at, he can't even believe it right there.
They've lost 5-2. They're down 4 here. Puck bounces into the slot. They joust for it, comes in, they score! Christian Dvorak remains red hot.
got to that loose puck. No shutout for Ottinger tonight. Dvorak with another tally, and it's a 4-1 game.
One slight moment where he looked a little discombobulated, but he recovered quickly. Here's Zegras trying to get away from Suter. Now the pass to Abels. He scores! If at first you don't succeed, try again. Abels finally on the board with his first of the season. Forster behind the net hoping for Cates. Cates tucked it to Konechny, who could not ram it home from the angle. Now it's Andre. Andre deals it off. Forster the shot. He scores! Great spot by Andre. Forster hammers it home, and this game is tied at 2. So important in the overtime. Sanheim plays it the other way. Konechny should get to the puck. They get it back to Sanheim, and the Flyers have the advantage. Sanheim in with Couturier. Sanheim the shot. He scores! Travis Sanheim wins it for the Flyers. 3-2 the final. Out to center. Lavico. Flyers get it back. Here's Konechny to Cates in front. Jabbed that by Allen. Goes out to Zamula for a shot. Save made. Rebound. They score! Noah Cates jumps on the rebound and ties the game at 1. But you know what that means. Eventually it means you're going to be on the road a lot. Here's a pass to Michkov. He's got a step. In on goal. He scores! He marks his 100th game with a goal. And the Flyers have a 2-1 lead. And now he scored more than 30 goals in his first 100 games. Flyers looking for more. Cates to Forster. He scores! Bang, bang, 9 seconds separate the goals. 3-1 Flyers just like that.
Back-to-back goals in 9 seconds.
That's getting it done quickly. Here's Cates. They come back in for more. Now Forster again. He scores! 13 seconds after he had scored, Forster has another one. It's 4-1 Philadelphia. Jams it through out of the reach of Brink. Siegenthaler for Brown. Terry intercepts another pass. Turns with it, and his pass to Brink. Cutting on him, Brink the shot. He scores! A seed from Brink on the setup from the captain. It's 5-1 Philadelphia. Centers it. And the shot from Brown is blocked. Puck poked ahead. Tippett springs Zegras. He's got the breakaway. He scores! Trevor Zegras restores the 3-goal Flyers lead at 6-3. He comes back out in front. Here's a shot. Save, Bobrovsky. He flashed out to get that one. Tippett back to Drysdale, who took that shot. Now Andre to traffic. They score! Heavy traffic in front. I don't know if it touched anything, but it winds up in the net. Could be Andre's goal, and the Flyers are on the board. It's 2-1. By Gregor, got it out to Drysdale. Drysdale looking for some room. Holds, waits. Room never came. He plays it back to Andre along the line. He'll fire. One score! Emil Andre! Bang, bang like that. And the Flyers have tied the game at 2. Might have been deflected. We'll see. If not, it's 2 for Andre.
They get it to the point. Now Sanheim has a look. He waits, gives to Forster. Oh, the block by Ekblad, but Ekblad's down, and then they score. Forster gives Philadelphia its first lead of the game with 44.5 seconds left. Ekblad, after the block, slow to the bench. Now Philadelphia killing valuable time. Half a minute to go. Still can't clear the zone, and they score again. And it's 4-2 Flyers. Couturier deflected it in.
He's hounded all the way back behind him and gets away from him. Now uses that great skating abilities. Sanheim off on the left side, handcuffed Konechny. He just throws it to the middle. Tipped away, but then Forster gets to it, the shot, and he scores! And the Flyers get the first one. And who else but Tyson Forster's team-leading 9th goal of the year. Ridden to the wall by Juleson. Michkov got the puck. He'll play it in, hoping for Brink, but it's D'Angelo instead. He turns it over to Couturier, who shot. He scores! Couturier goals in back-to-back games. And the Flyers again with goals in rapid succession. These two separated by 22 seconds. Wait some more. Dietz, the shot! And it didn't go as Riddick somehow stayed with it. Now Zegras turns. Zegras holds center. They score! Trevor Zegras centered it. It ricochets home, and the Flyers get a power play goal and take a 3-0 lead.
So we're tied through 2 rounds. Here's Travis Konechny. The veteran bears down on Riddick, scores.
That's a beautiful move. I mean, he's getting Riddick.
Well, Nemitz will send the puck in, but right there is Zamula. Hammers it off the glass. Out into center. Flyers find it. Here's a pass to Dvorak. Dvorak in the middle. Tippett, he scores! And there it is! Owen Tippett hits the century mark. His 100th National Hockey League goal is his 200th National Hockey League point. Maneuver it to Sanheim, who's got a man. Konechny out in center, out of the box. Jumps Michkov, the pass to him, and he is stopped in tight. Now they score! It rolled through as Michkov went to the net. The Devils are arguing, but for now, the Flyers have regained the lead 2-1 as Michkov. Couturier got caught up at the side of the net. Konechny picks up the puck. Out to York. York sidesteps the Devil, flips it up. Konechny, the shot, he scores! Brilliant setup by York, and Konechny, beating Markstrom, ends the 9-game goalless drought, and the Flyers are up 3-1. It's a Bratt breakaway. In on goal, he hits the post. Sanheim bodied. Tippett picks up the puck. Turbocharge time. Tippett through center. Tippett moving in. The pass to Zegras. The shot. He scores! Trevor Zegras just trying to keep up with the speed of Tippett.
Dvorak spins it around the wall, waiting for it. It's Nemitz on his backhand. Taken away by Tippett. He's dragged down. The Flyers will have an opportunity on the power play as the arm is up, and they're going to give him the goal because of the fact he had a breakaway. Tippett's going to get credit with a goal with 49 seconds to play.
Penalty coming up. Another penalty coming up. There's Zegras holding on. Zegras sends it down low to Konechny. Konechny to Forster. Forster, the shot. They score! Michkov at the side of the net. And the Flyers tie the game at 1.
Puck knocked out at the line by Sanheim. Here's Michkov for Philadelphia. Now Konechny, 20 seconds remaining on the power play. Konechny shoots and scores! He has the Flyers goal. Now Sanheim back out from Tippett for Konechny.
Buffalo penalties number 17.
Konechny back out. Sanheim.
2 minutes delayed.
Scoring deflection! Second power play goal for the Flyers. A couple of quick goals for the Flyers. Let's see how the Sabres respond to the quick goals that they've had to endure.
Goal number 10 on the
Another opportunity. Score! It is now 3-1. Bobby Brink with his 7th of the season. Here's Couturier. Penalty expires. Krebs out of the box. Brink towards the net. Score on the redirect. The Flyers extend to a 4-1 lead. Just after the power play expired.
What you do with the puck and decisions in certain areas, the offensive zone blue line to allow the forecheck.
Here's Tippett. Stopped by Ellis. Score! Owen Tippett makes it 5-2 Philadelphia.
Wide off a body behind the net. Couturier whacks it free to Owen Tippett. Tippett, who's been hot, piling up the points of late. Gets it back out. Juleson, a wind and blast. Score! Couturier may have redirected that. And the birthday boy in his 900th game, perhaps. Bolton waits, centers, goes all in on goal. Save made. Harrison kicked it out of there. And now Andre looking to spring Konechny. He's got him now. Konechny cutting in. He scores! Point number 499 for Travis Konechny in this game. Toffoli was in front, puck didn't get to him. Konechny will flip it up. Zegras had it bounce off of him. Dvorak gets to it and on goal. He scores! Christian Dvorak ties it at 1 on the rush for Abels. Flyers looking for that elusive first goal for their 4th line. Sanheim, a shot is blocked, bounces to Sealer for a shot. They score! May have been deflected in front.
Great job. Great job by the Flyers, just managing the puck.
Brink across. Cates the shot. He scores! 10.9 seconds remaining in the period. And Cates gives the Flyers a 2-goal lead. So as Goodrow fouled him to the ice. Konechny flips it ahead. 2-on-1 with the empty net. Konechny looking past the whole way. Now he'll take the shot and he'll score. He had to shoot it eventually. And it's into the net. Travis Konechny, a 3-game goal streak.
Sanheim keeps it alive. Good shift here by the Flyers. Going to work in the cycle game.
Zegras finds Sanheim in the high slot. Controls the puck. Backdoor
shot!
What a pass by Sanheim! Tape to Zegras. And we're tied. Now Grundstrom one-hands one to Dvorak.
Good forecheck there by the Flyers.
Dvorak circles. Dvorak in the high slot. One-time shot. Terrific feed by Dvorak, and Noah Jolson leads into a drive. We're tied at 2.
No arms, and obviously people frustrated about that on the ice. Here is Zegras dropping it off. Brink cuts, waits, fires, and scores! Bobby Brink with a bullet. And it's 1-0 Flyers. Brink off on the left side. Zegras makes the move. Hands off to Drysdale. Drysdale went to the side of the net with that pass. Now Konechny center. Zegras. He scores! Trevor Zegras with a nice feed from Konechny. The Flyers have a 2-0 lead. Only a couple of players more. Eric Stahl, Jeff Skinner. Flyers with a 2-on-1. Grundstrom with the puck. Grundstrom the shot. He scores! An immediate response from the Flyers. Grundstrom on the board again. It's tied at 3. We enter the last minute to play here in the period. Zegras. Michkov and now Zegras again. Drysdale to Zegras. Waiting, looking. Drysdale will take the shot. Score! May have been directed in front off of something. Everyone pointing out toward the shot at the point. The Flyers this way to Zegras. 2 minutes to go. Zegras in the middle. Eluded Cates. Goes to Sanheim. Quick shot. Same rebound in front. Bounces free. Cross ice. Zegras. He scores! Trevor Zegras into the empty net. And the Flyers have tied it at 2 with 1:52 to go. Outstanding in shootouts too. Another part of his repertoire. Flyers intercept this one, and Sanheim moves up. Plays it off on the right side behind Tippett. Couturier gets it back to Tippett. In front of the shot, they score! Flyers again with one of those immediate responses. It's Carl Grundstrom, who continues to contribute offensively for the Flyers. Around behind, Davidov could not handle that pass. He races over to get to it, tries to make a move. Flyers are on it and have a 2-on-1. Zegras and Konechny. Konechny holds to Zegras, in on goal! He scores! In his 300th game, Zegras. A 4-game goal streak, and the Flyers take a 2-1 lead. Into the final minute of this second period. Tippett just dumps the puck in as the Flyers will make another change. Foul up the puck, stolen by Michkov in front, they score! Bobby Brink up the theft behind the net, and the Flyers are now ahead 3-1. Hard up the wall for Dvorak. Dvorak teed it up for Couturier. Couturier dropped it back to Dvorak, across to Konechny, fires for the empty net, and scores! Perfect work from face-off to goal there by the Flyers. And they make it 4-1. Konechny, the empty net goal.
Point in a long season, it's exhausting to play from behind. Try to build yourself a lead and learn how to protect a lead. They've certainly struggled when they have held leads late in games.
Bobby Brink attack, shot, score!
Noah Cates with the snipe from the slot.
And there are those resilient Flyers. Down 1-0. Zegras to Brink. Good motion here by the Flyers. Beautiful play. York score! What a dime from Trevor Zegras. He picked up Cam York late, fed the defenseman, who gets his 2nd goal of the year, and it's the Flyers on top. He does. Zegras reverses. Konechny's been out there a while. He's got to be getting tired, but he wants it. He gets it. He shoots it, and he scores! Travis Konechny at the end of the shift, on his last fumes, 1 minute and 17 seconds into his shift.
43 seconds remaining in this power play. Tippett plays it out on the right side. Denver Barkey getting power play time. He's got the puck. Deals to Sanheim for the shot. He scores! Denver Barkey has his first NHL point as he sets up Sanheim. And the Flyers are on the board of the power play. They end the schneid to tie the game at 1. There's York backhanding one that's knocked down. Barkey, after that bucket, he's got it. Got it through to Tippett. Tippett a shot. He scores! Barkey has his second NHL assist. Just like that, Tippett beating Shesterkin and the Flyers. Bang, bang. Have a 2-1 lead. Noah Cates, who's been improved in his face-offs here in recent games, wins this one. Got it to Drysdale across. One-time shot. They score! Zegras the blast! And the Flyers with another power play goal now have a 3-1 lead, and Zegras a career-long 7-game point streak. Left wing, or the right wing actually for him, and it's knocked out to center by the Flyers. Now Sanheim jumps on an errant pass. Sanheim in. Sanheim dangles the pass to Almos. He scores! The Flyers' first short-handed goal this season. And their 2-goal lead is back just like that. 4-2 Almos with a shorty. And York ahead Grabankin. Grabankin will catch up to the puck, drop it back for Abels. Abels grabbed by Sasson, but got away from him. Back to Andre for the drive. They score! Grabankin went to the net. They have deflected it. And the Flyers are on the board. They finally solved Demko. 1-0 Philadelphia. Flying into the Vancouver end. Got it to Grabankin. Grabankin moves with the puck, plays it to himself along the wall. Grabankin around behind, centered it. Grundstrom save, rebound, they score! Grundstrom gets his own rebound, pounds it home. Second point of the night for Grabankin. It's 2-0 Philadelphia. Christian Dvorak up the middle, off of the right side. Konechny into the middle. York back to Konechny. Konechny into the middle. Zegras. Zegras a shot! And he goes off of Demko up high, and then they score! Again, the ricochet was hit with a stick up high, and they're washing it out. No goal signaled right away. Pettersson, I should say. Now the Flyers have it. Here's Tippett. Oh, great move. Tippett in on goal. He scores. Turbocharged time with some sizzle. And Tippett makes it 4-1 Philadelphia. He'll turn back with it. 1:16 to play. That's intercepted. Cates will get it to Michkov for the empty net. He scores. Empty net or not, that's got to feel good for Michkov as he breaks the 10-game goalless drought and seals this one for the Flyers.
Here's Konechny. That green shot was the only one registered on the power play for Chicago. Zegras out front, back door, they score! Travis Konechny, set up by Trevor Zegras out of the penalty box, and it's the Flyers who have the first goal tonight. Trevor Zegras hangs onto it. Lays it out in the middle of the ice. Now Drysdale from the left circle, down low, backhand Konechny, and they score! Konechny put it on a platter for Cates. It's a power play goal and a 2-0 Flyer lead. And Spencer Knight is quickly going to the bench just as the Hawks bring it out of the zone, and with an empty net waiting, Grundstrom will put it away. Chicago brought Spencer Knight to the bench just at the wrong time as Philadelphia was charging through center.
And he's got a pretty reasonable salary.
Here's Abels with it, less than 2 minutes to play, finds Grundstrom. Grundstrom with a shot! And I thought it was in. They say it went off the crossbar. Looked like it was in from here.
It did look like it was in.
This has been a physical first half of the first period. More physical than we've seen in a long time.
Here's Michkov to Cates for a shot. He scores! Noah Cates on cue! And the Flyers tie it up at 1. Their second shot on goal. Flyers keep the puck, though. Their line, so the Canucks can't get the full change. Here's Grundstrom after the puck. Runs to the shot. He scores! Do not touch him. You'll get burned. Carl Grundstrom, a 4-game goal streak. A career high for him, and the Flyers have a 2-1 lead. All right, the answer. Here's Zegras, who's had great numbers against the Canucks in his career. Back out Drysdale. It's a pass down low. Save. Rebound. Konechny scores! Travis Konechny gets his own rebound. Beats Demko in tight, and it's 3-1 Philadelphia.
It's a split decision by the linesman. They make the call right at that moment.
2-on-1 the other way for the Flyers. They move in. Michkov waits. He sends it in front, and they score! Break goes to that. Michkov hits him, and you talk about a response.
That's about as quick and as emphatic as you can get. They center it in front, save, rebound, hit a body. Bounces all the way out to center ice. It's a race. Tippett will win that race. Tippett with the empty net, fires and scores. Owen Tippett, the empty net dagger. O'Connor rotates out with it. His pass tipped. That goes to Konechny. Back to Zegras. Zegras will float it ahead for Dvorak. He has the empty net, and he'll just guide it in. And that should put it away. The other way goes Cam York. For Zegras in the middle, Dvorak. Off of the right wing, Konechny. Back for Dvorak. Goes in a goal. Sits in the blue. And they score! It deflected in. No goal. Why no goal? The puck deflects in.
Trying to spin it back up the wall, but it's taken away by Denver Barkey. Barkey's outlet on the tape to Sean Couturier. He'll sift it through to Tippett. Oh, and Tippett back in front. Barkey, he scores! Denver Barkey gets his first National Hockey League goal here in Edmonton. It gives the Flyers the 1-0 lead. They will take the shot. Save Pickard. He'll swat it to the boards. Centered back in front for Couturier. Shot. Oh, what a save by Pickard. Now it's Sanheim with a shot. He scores! Travis Sanheim, the Canadian Olympian, beating Pickard, and the Flyers have the first two here in Edmonton. Oilers stands will only have two Olympians, McDavid and Draisaitl. Flyers steal the puck, break from the right wing, now into the middle. York, a shot, they score! It changed direction on the way in, and the Flyers have opened up a 3-0 lead here in Edmonton.
The Eagles are everywhere.
Eagle fans certainly are. Here's Sealer, a shot, score! Nick Sealer says, why not? Flips one toward the net, it finds its way through. And if it wasn't deflected, it's Nick Sealer's first of the season. And
hard rim up the left-hand side, Ekholm, and now a clear by Couturier. Oilers are going to have to tag back up. Tippett has an empty net. He shoots and scores. And that will finally put it away. Philadelphia goes up 5-2. Tippett.
Mitchikoff up the middle to stop. The Flyers get the puck to Zegras. He's got Konechny with him. Gives him the puck. Konechny tried to get it back to Zegras. It didn't work, but following up is Dvorak. Dvorak up to Zegras, and he scores! Trevor Zegras answers Gauthier. He scores against his former team. It's tied at 1. Flyers get it right back. Tippett barreling in. Tippett makes the move, swings, circles, holds. Puck deflected back. Here's York. The pass, the shot, and they score! It's Zegras again! Where have I seen that before? Power play goal, 2-1 Philadelphia. Bacon centers that one. It comes back out to Cam York. He'll wrist one, score! Cates was out high, Bacon down low, and deflects in, and the Flyers have a 3-1 lead. The draw here to the left. Lucas Dostal, one, Sanheim leads it, and it scores! Sanheim overpowers Dostal. It's 4-1 Philadelphia. So, he got that much done. Not sure that was his intent, but it worked. Now a steal. Here's Bacon. He'll fire and score! Nikita Bacon with the empty net goal to put the Flyers up 5-2 after that great shift. Konechny to Ristolainen. Hill sent it skimming into the Leafs zone. Sanheim after it. Dvorak picks it up. Dvorak holds. Centers. Konechny shot. He scores! And this line goes right back to work. Ontario-born Travis Konechny is 14th of the year. 1-0 Philadelphia. And Eric Chernak has it. He is stripped of the puck. Hathaway and Obels. Obels will send it back out to Noel Jules. He's got room. He'll hammer it. Score! May have been deflected by Garnet Hathaway as he was in front. We'll wait and see. It's a fun day for sure. It'll be here before you know it. Flyers win the draw. Tippett scores! It was an absolute change-up from Owen Tippett. And the Flyers are on the board. They get a power play goal. It's 5-2. Twing trying to get it back. Kucherov now goes into the middle for Radish. A shot up high. Save made by Vladar. He may have a problem with his mask. The other way go the Flyers is Dvorak. Dvorak the shot. He scores! They solve Johansson. The Flyers are on the board as Dvorak.
Entries, those hard rims. They do a fantastic job of avoiding that puck.
Here's Tippett. The drag to shoot, and he scores! Owen Tippett. Just an individual effort and a great shot past the glove of Luukkonen. Drysdale at the top of the zone. Tippett down low, connecting. Back door, they score! Banked in off the skate of Zegras. And a power play goal for Philadelphia.
Leaning in Rodrigo Abels. Gathers, looks to center. Pounded by Shea. Up top, a drive. Score! Deflected in front. It may have been Abels. York with a blast. And Rodrigo Abels guides it behind Skinner.
And weaponize some of that cap space in the offseason.
Sealer scores! Sealer picks the corner over the glove side of Skinner. And it's 6-2.
What a shot. I see you.
And Hathaway heads off for a change.
He's still looking back. Hathaway.
Moving in, Barkey. That shot, score! Barkey with a terrific pass to set up Michkov. His first goal in quite a while, only his second for Matvei Michkov in his last 21 games.
All-star caliber players who are out long-term, and that certainly has had something to do with their struggles. Here's Zegras moving up. Good pass into the middle, connecting the shot. He scores! Travis Konechny from Zegras. And it's 1-0 Philadelphia. He's getting help with Sanheim. A 2-on-1 develops. Short-handed rush. Konechny with the puck. Konechny waits. To Sanheim. He scores! Short-handed goal for the Flyers. And they get one back. Travis Sanheim climbs up the charts of goals for Flyer defensemen. Flyers trying to do that here. Tippett to Zegras. Zegras in the backhander. Save Martin. Rebound. Barkey denied. Rebound. Tippett off a skate to Zegras. He scores! Trevor Zegras into the empty cage, and it is now a 3-goal game. 6-3. Third line center on this team, and he's quite a player. All the way out to the line. Drops it off. That's stolen, and it's Travis Konechny with the breakaway. In and goal. He scores! There's your first goal for the Flyers. Travis Konechny on the breakaway. His 16th of the year makes it 1-0 Philadelphia. Carries in, dropped it back. It's Konechny who steals. He's got the short-handed breakaway for the lead. He scores! 2 for 2 on breakaways. Travis Konechny makes it 2-1 Philadelphia with a short-handed goal. In Vegas as the puck comes back out toward the point. Zegras has it. In along for Konechny. All the way out to the line with it. Got it in the slot. The shot. The save made. Rebound. They score! Cam York pounds that one home, and the Flyers take just 30 seconds to get the first one here in Utah. They're shoveling one glove down by Noel Juleson. Juleson will lift it out to center, and there's Konechny. Konechny to Dvorak. He's got a lane, and on goal! He scores! Christian Dvorak beating Vejmelka. And the Flyers are up 2-0. Not quite 5 minutes into this one. Zegras holds, waits, dishes. Drysdale right back to him. And now Zegras takes the shot. They score! The rebound rammed home by Bobby Brink. And the power play is on the board, and it's 3-0 Philadelphia. The exact play they were working on in practice yesterday. And Zegras is able to poke it back free to Drysdale. So Zegras in traffic, hands off to Dvorak. Dvorak with some room, takes the shot, save, rebound, he scores! Christian Dvorak gets his own rebound and beats Vejmelka. Another power play goal for the Flyers, and they're back up by 2.
Guys, the commitment just to bring it maybe that age to a game. Hats off to those parents. I didn't have that in me.
Tippett shot blocked by Malinsky, got it back, shoots and scores. Malinsky blocked the first one. It comes right back to Tippett. And he's able to rip it home to give the Flyers a 1-0 lead. That's his 16th of the season.
Michkov back to Barkey, and now York. This way to Tippett. Walks the line, gets it to Michkov. Michkov to Barkey for the shot. He scores! Denver in Denver. The power play goal, and the Flyers have a 2-0 lead. Moving in is Brink. He waits. The pass, and Cates loves the shot on the bouncing puck. Brink gets it back. Chops at it. They scrum for it. They score! Cates and Brink kept fighting for the puck. Brink in tight. Gets the Flyers back on top. Now Josh Manson the other way. Goes cross ice, that's flagged down, played ahead, here's Tippett again. Barkey goes to the net, Tippett the shot, he scores! Uses Barkey as the decoy, Tippett second of the night, and the Flyers are on top for a third time, it's 4-3.
Hathaway with a bump there on a shot, that puck is kept in. Score! Minchkov turns his blade over and deflects it upstairs. And the Flyers have struck for 2 goals in the first 2 minutes on just 15 shots total. They've got a 5-3 lead.
He'll move it all the way out to McCarr. Cross ice pass, beautiful play by Tippett. Steals it, he's got the short-handed breakaway. Tippett, the shot, he scores! Oh, and Tippett, the short-handed goal and a hat trick. And the Flyers have a 6-3 lead. Konechny from dangerous area. This one's stolen by Konechny. Gets the red eye, hands off to Michkov. He's going to fire it, and they score! Yay! Matvei Michkov ends up with a 2-goal game. And the Flyers.
8.5 minutes into this game. Puck sent across by Juleson. Here's Konechny with some room. He scores! On the second Flyers shot, Travis Konechny ties the game at 1. Marchman out of the box. Oh, that one trickles through the crease on a deflection.
Dvorak, I think, got the tip.
Here's Dvorak back out for Konechny. Scores! His second of the game, and the Flyers pull to within 1. Fans thought the Flyers may have had too many men. Sanheim in front, score! It's a hat trick for Konechny. The Flyers tie the game at 3.
Off to Konechny, he'll float it in the middle for Grabenkin. Grabenkin shot, and the save by Swayman. Grabenkin then a big hit on Kastelic, and the puck comes free to Konechny, who fires and scores! He remains sizzling hot. 4th goal in the last 2 games. 7th goal in the last 7 games for Travis Konechny. It's a 3-1 game. They win the draw here. Zadorov a shot. That one rides high off the glass. All the way out to center. It's a race. Konechny's on it. Travis Konechny in on goal. Save, rebound, save, rebound. They score! Grabenkin on the 3rd try beats Swayman. And the Flyers get one back here late in the second. It's 5-2 Grabenkin.
Up top, now Tippett, the one-timer, Swayman the save, there's a rebound, kicked around, they score, back door, Matvei Michkov able to drive one in, and it's 6-3 Bruins with 1:41 left.
We'll gain the line, flip it off for Dvorak, he is quickly checked, but good support from Brink across to Konechny. Konechny looks at the net, goes back across, Brink back to Zegras, he scores! And there's number 20 on the season for Trevor Zegras. It's a power play goal. Flyers on the board, 2-1. Christian Dvorak puts this puck around behind the net. Grabenkin picks it up. Grabenkin to the point, missed the line and a shot, deflection, score! Konechny and Dvorak were both there. It redirects past Kemper. The Flyers have tied this game at 2. Zegras holds on the left side. Michkov was around behind the net, takes it out the other side. Michkov holds across for Sanheim, back across ice. Here's Tippett, he scores! Beautiful east-west passing, Tippett the payoff, and the Flyers have. He's on the case. Here's Grunster moving up for the Flyers. Grunster, shot deflection, score! Dirty but good on the redirect of the Caps, and the Flyers have a 2-0 lead. Across for Brink. Brink the shot, save, rebound! Oh, it didn't go as Konechny fired. It may have gone off the outside of the post. Here's Zegras back. Drysdale leans into one. They score! Power play goal gives the Flyers the lead late in the 3rd. All the way across, just out of the reach of Konechny. Chikrin will fire, blocked in front, played all the way down and into the empty net for the goal. Rasmus Ristolainen with the dagger. To the point, Drysdale. 1:20 on the clock. Zegras out toward the line, running out of room, but he drops it back now. Brink across Drysdale. Drysdale the shot. He scores! He did it again! Very along the wall. Played up but not out. Here's Michkov going back across ice, holding his brink. He plays it to the point. The shot. They score! It squeezes through. Cates may have gotten his stick on it. And the Flyers just 29 seconds into the third.
Here's Tippett. That one hit the post. Down to the final seconds of this Flyer power play. Down low, they score. Beautiful feed by Cates to set it up. It is a power play goal for Michkov. Konechny managed to get it out. Here's Zegras with some help with Dvorak. Zegras scores! A happy homecoming for New York native Trevor Zegras, who has tied the game at 2. Miller down low. It didn't get all the way through to the net. Here comes Michkov. He scores! Matvei Michkov wins it in overtime for Philadelphia.
Books, and arguably your son becomes a better player than you were.
Absolutely.
For a dad, a dream come true.
Yep, it's great succession right there.
Bouncing puck out in front of Swayman. Score! Konechny! A bouncing puck off the stanchion, and a terrific little one-touch that Konechny. Room for Sealer. Gets a return. Konechny into the slot. Drysdale walks it in, shoots, score! Drysdale makes it 2-0. Flyers! Lost his footing, still able to muscle the puck around the boards. Stick lift by Geekie, taken back by Cates. Here's the outlet to Couturier from center ice. Scores!
Swing it out to York. York to Barkey. Barkey into the slot. Cates shot, save, rebound. They dig for it, and they score! They just kept digging away in front. Dvorak was in there, and I believe it's going to be Christian Dvorak. Here's this line, and shot, save, rebound. Michkov kept it alive, but he could not get it past Stolars. Now Brink centering, Cates, the shot, he scores! Noah Cates found iron earlier, finds neck this time, and gives the Flyers a 2-1 lead with just over 5 minutes to play.
This could take a while here as Zegras comes in.
Trevor Zegras, 4 out of 7 in the shootout this season. Slowly, he picks up the pace, rips it home.
Tang takes Zegras to the wall. The puck pops free. Cleared up but not out. A good keep by York. Got it down low to Zegras. Into the slot. The shot, and they score! Owen Tippett ramming it home for his 20th goal of the year. 4th straight year with 20 tallies for Tippett. And the Flyers respond quickly. It's tied at 1.
Peter Grabenkin came over from Toronto in the Scott Laughton trade last year, and then Laughton promptly flipped by the Leafs to LA. This deadline is Bump shoots and scores. And Alex Bump, in his first NHL game, has his first NHL goal, and another quick response from Philadelphia.
Controlled by Pittsburgh. There's a breakup by Drysdale. The Flyers keep it in. Cates to Michkov in front! Barkey scores! Denver Barkey, another of the Flyer rookies on the board here as he...
And now it's Zegras.
Yeah, you can go to the bathroom or get a drink if you want.
Here he comes with some speed now, and he scores.
He's almost automatic, this guy, but he takes his time, changes pace.
Yeah. And now it's Tippett turning. Down low, Michkov. Got it to Zegras. Drysdale one-timer, save, rebound, they score! Michkov stays with it, and the Flyers are on the board with a power play goal. Schneider will move it the other way. Couturier ties up a man. Drysdale digs the puck out of there, moves it to York. York in for Glendening. He's taken to the boards by Borgen. They get it out in front of Couturier. Scores! Grabenkin, a nice feed. And Sean Couturier.
And a lot of teams do a lot of improving and make moves around the draft, around free agency.
Then fly pass, Konechny moves in, scores! Travis Konechny on
Chychrun absorbs the hit. Tippett knocks this puck free, and he has a step. He has Zegras with him. Tippett back to Zegras. Scores! Full speed for the Flyers. Opens, sips one to goal off the right pad of Thompson. Follow-up pad save. Wraparound chance from Cates. Up top, shot and score! Jamie Drysdale. Strome to pick it up. Trying to feed it for Ovechkin. It's picked off. Dvorak hands it off. Tippett through the neutral zone. His shot trickles in. Off of Chychrun. And into the empty net.
Checked by Zegras, who steals the puck. Zegras holding on. Waits. Hits a man coming late. It's Andre for the shot. Score! Emil Andre back in the lineup and on the board. And the Flyers get the first goal for a change and have a 1-0 lead. Oh, and Tippett. Force that puck free. Sanheim gets to it. Moves it to Grundstrom and now Tippett. In across the line. And wind and blast and score! Owen Tippett with a short-handed goal. And he ties this game at 2. Hey.
Wild lead is saved by Volstad to extend. Konechny moves in for Philadelphia and scores. And the Flyers win it in a shootout. Another come-from-behind win for Philadelphia. Their second in as many nights. Their 20th of the year.
Drysdale to Konechny and then back around, having to hustle over here is Sealer. Flyers are changing their defenseman. Sealer gets to Dvorak, dropping it off the bench is Andre. He'll take the shot. I thought it went in, but it went off the post. It bounced as if it had gone in, but Zellweger bump. Flyers get in on the forecheck there. That was Glendening. Bounce free this way. York in from the point. Now behind the net. York's in deep. Centers it in front. The shot. They score! Luke Glendening's first as a Flyer off the feed from York, and the Flyers, less than 3 minutes in, have the first one. Out of his skates and then back down low for Tippett. Tippett tried to center that, but blocked by Trouba. Rashi played it up, but not out. Shot deflects to Tippett. He scores! Johnny on the spot. Owen Tippett able to push it home, and the Flyers take a 2-0 lead.
To make the pass, it didn't work, and the other way is Noah Cates 2-on-1. Cates goes to the backhand, makes a pass. Dostal throws the leg out, and then it's Cates who scored. Oh my, from behind the net. I think he banked it in off of Lucas Dostal.
Either Dostal or perhaps Jackson Lacombe.
LaFerriere tried to center. A good steal there by Christian Dvorak. Played in his 600th game last night. Bump. Moves it in the middle, and now here's Konechny with a shot. He scores! Travis Konechny with a laser beats Darcy Kemper. And the Flyers bounce right back and tie this game at 1, just 26 seconds in.
However, if you have injuries to players, you can have an emergency recall.
That puck sitting at the goal line. Cates, I believe he got a piece of it, and they score! Noah Cates just digging away. Kings couldn't cover it up. And the Flyers have tied this game again at 2. Hitchcock, after that puck, good job to get it back on the wall to Cates. Cates to Sanheim for a shot. Score! They have deflected in front. And the Flyers take the lead for the first time here tonight. Great work by Michkov to keep that puck alive.
And Zegras will shoot first for the Ducks.
Ooh, slow it down.
Very deliberate. And now he picks up his pace. And Zegras waiting, and he scores. Great puck control.
Yeah, by changing speeds like that, you're trying.
Change the angle, go back against the grain. I know why he was passing it to Tippett, but you know, you're in that area. I think putting the puck to the net probably is the best play.
Here's Tippett cutting in the shot. He scores! Perhaps that's why he was trying to get it to Tippett, because he can finish. And he's red hot right now. Konechny, Zegras, and now Michkov. Into the middle, Konechny, cross ice, the shot, they score! The power play does break through! Christian Dvorak beating Nedeljkovic. Ryan Boucher calls it, and it's a 2-1 Flyers lead early in the third. Plays it down low, back out to him.
All the way across, read by Sanheim. He'll try for the empty net. All the way down it goes. Bullseye! Dead center. Empty net goal. And the Flyers take a 3-1 lead with 1:12 to go. And so no icing. 37 seconds. There's a steal, and Noah Cates sends one into the empty cage. And that will completely finish it off. 4-1 Flyers. They are going to extend their road win streak.
And the crowd loves that here in Philadelphia. That's right up their alley. Long shot to Chapman. Green's a save. Rebound, score! Welcome back, Sean Couturier. The captain scores for Philadelphia. 1-0 Flyers.
Look how they're playing defensively here. There's no lanes.
Listen to the crowd.
Yes.
Frustrating.
For sure. So,
shot and a score! And it's a 1-goal game that don't go anywhere. Jamie Drysdale, a blast from the point with the goalie pulled.
As Christian Dvorak moves the puck along for Travis Konecny, who has been putting up points with regularity against the Blackhawks. Turnover in front, and Buck scores! Spencer Knight, the giveaway. Flyers jump on it at 48 seconds in. They have a 1-0 lead. The Flyers have now scored the game's first goal. Get this, Boosh, in 4 of the last 5 games. They're trying something new and different. There's a steal and a shot. They score! Glendening took the shot. Couturier around the net. It's in, and the Flyers have a quick 2-goal lead. Rise there for Tippett, and now Zegras. Back for Tippett to Zegras. With some room, Zegras the shot. Save, rebound, they score! Slam dunk for Barkey. And the Flyers take a 3-0 lead. Twice now in this game. Will hang on to it, and then backhand it up to Bump, who slugs it through center to Michkov. Michkov then centers. He's got Cates in on goal. He scores! Noah Cates, who had those great chances on Tuesday night, buries this one, and the Flyers answer back at half. Left shot the puck to Cates, couldn't quite cut in front. Does free the puck back up, though. Noah Cates, good strong work to Tippett. Tippett, in front, they score! Dvorak, the latest slam dunk for the Flyers, and it's 5-1.
As a free agent, you mentioned, signed that 1-year deal and then a 5-year re-up in January.
Here's Tippett. He scores right through Gibson. Owen Tippett in alone, and Philadelphia's first on the board at 4:07.
I made the assertion, I think he's underappreciated. McClellan agreed.
Tippett scores right through Gibson. Another one that gets through the Detroit netminder, and it dribbled across the goal line. 2-0 Philadelphia.
Zegras cross ice. Konecny hoping for a tip. It comes back to Zegras. Konecny again through Falk, tipped up high.
Gibson is sprawling. They score. A power play goal for Philadelphia, and a 3-0 Flyers lead.
He would love to stir it up like that. That's right up his alley, and the Flyers. Oh man,
oh boy, Tippett, another move, and he scores. Owen Tippett, electric again tonight, a hat trick. Ristolainen had to set himself, didn't get it out. Raymond sends it back in. Now Tippett with an empty net. Couturier scores. An empty net goal, and back to a 2-point advantage for Philadelphia.
Back out to Ristolainen, and now it's Michkov. 18 seconds left on the power play. His pass was tipped. Konecny gets it back to Michkov. Another puck is tipped. Now Konecny, the wraparound, he scores! Travis Konecny on the power play. And the Flyers to Zegras. Zegras hit that post earlier in the game. Moves on up. Takes a look. Give him some room. Takes a shot and scores! Give me the shot. I'll take the shot. And he wins the game. Trevor Zegras. Konecny will drop it off for Dvorak. Continuing his career season as a Flyer. In across the line. Off to Konecny on the left wing. Back out. Quick shot. Sanheim, he scores! And they get that goal. And now they're going to wave it off. It's being waved off.
York heaves it in there before taking the hit from LaPierre. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the second. Centering pass! Tucked in! Grundstrom's tied it.
That's a fantastic passing play. At the end of the line, Grundstrom.
And up at Sanheim. Erases that mistake with a great play. Now it's 2-on-1. Martone moving up. He's got Konechny with him. Trying to get in the pass. The puck's back to Sanheim. To Konechny. Oh, he couldn't finish it off. Come back out in front. And they score! And the loose puck in front.
Don't get it out. Ristolainen stepping in from the point. Steps to the middle. Waits. Curlin drags fire. Deflection, score! Heck of a play by Ristolainen to keep it alive.
Travis Sanheim, well over 9 minutes of ice time in that first period. One hands it towards Zegras. Zegras out for Tippett. Fan on the one-timer. Forster the shot. He scores! Welcome back, Tyson Forster. He ties it at 1. Touch pass into the middle. Comes back to Martone. In across the line he goes. Sends it in front. They score! It's a deflection. They're waving it off. They're waving it off. Sanheim in pursuit. Runs all the way out toward the line. Throws it across. Chop away from Pulkin. Here goes Tippett. Tippett to Sanheim. Sanheim holds to Tippett. He scores! Oh, transition hockey, baby. At its best. And Tippett gives the Flyers a 1-0 lead. Cates will get it in the corner. Michkov back across looking for Bump. He's out of his reach. Now he's got it with lots of room. He turns, fires. He scores! A laser from Bump. He beats Sorokin. Bang, bang, and the Flyers are up 2-0.
Me, when I was playing for Phoenix, when I came back to Philadelphia.
Yeah,
I'll never forget that. I hold grudges.
Here's a loose puck. Michkov was swatted. Then he tries to bake it in. He scores! Michkov bakes it in off of Sorokin. And the Flyers lead grows to 3. Plays it to Michkov, who will get it back to Bump. He'll turn with it. Get it back to Michkov. They turn, and now they find Sanheim, who fires and scores! A couple of youngsters with some great patience, and Sanheim buries it. And the Flyers are back up by 3. It's 4-1. Tried to play it the other way. It was knocked down. Ristolainen there for Martone. Nice touch pass, and he's got Dvorak 2-on-1 with Konechny. Dvorak moving up. Dvorak, the shot. He scores! Great outlet pass to Martone. Dvorak buries it, and the Flyers get the first one. Zegras across Forster. Now it's Zegras, side of the net in front. Martone, save, rebound, Martone. He scores! His first NHL goal is a game winner. Flyers win it 2-1. Porter Martone, how do you do?
Tippett can fly. Tape to tape across the line. A little shimmy shake. Tippett circles the net. Finds a cutter. It's Sanheim. Rink wide pass. Score! Zegras! Tick, tack, toe. 1-0 Philly. Drysdale drops it back. Porter Martone, part of the power play unit with Zegras. Martone drives. Centering pass. Score! Zegras already has a pair. And there is Martone as the playmaker. Power play goal. 2-0 Flyers.
Is over, the puck comes through it. But our alert, the Flyers poking ahead, they got it 2-on-1. It's Forster and Tippett. Forster with the puck. Forster waits, holds, fires, score! Tyson Forster off the rush. And the Flyers are back up by 2. It's 3-1. It ends up on the stick of Forster going the other way. Numbers for the Flyers. Forster on the left wing to Michkov. Michkov waits this way. Zegras in front. Forster. He scores! Bang, bang. This time it's Forster with 2 goals in rapid succession. Just over 2 minutes separating his 2 tallies. As the Devils enter the zone, they say onside. Flyers get the puck. Sealer will hoist one all the way down toward the empty net. And in! Nick Sealer from long range. The dagger to put this one away. Once and for all, it's Sealer. Finds Konechny. Konechny out to Ristolainen. Ristolainen will wait. Swing wide with it. Moves all the way around. Then at the kick play to Konechny. Out to Martone. He'll fire one. Score! Dvorak in front with a redirect. And the Flyers tie it up at 1. Martone bunts it back to Forster. Drysdale This looks a little stationary as Zegras will fire, deflects, and they score! Martone scores from about 3 inches, ramming it home. Power play goal, and it's a 4-2 game. The Flyers were going perimeter, and then bang! They take on the Jets, who are alive in the West. They are hanging on, but they still are alive. There's a chance with a pass in front, and Glendening scores. So Luke Glendening scores against his former team. It's his second goal as a Flyer. Pionk got it down low, now into the slot for Lowry, stripped from behind by Martone. He'll move it ahead to Konechny. Konechny in across the line, waits, chips it to the middle, picks it up, and then swings it down low. Martone, he scores! Martone started it, and he ends it in a brilliant feed from Konechny, and it's 1-0 Flyers, just a minute and 17 seconds in. Flyers come up with it. Here's Denver Barkey. Into the middle for Cates. Some room to work with. Off in the left wing, Michkov moves in, fires and scores! An immediate response from the Flyers. Michkov beating Hellebuck, and the Flyers are back on top. It's 2-1. With regularity here early, and already 3 goals on the board. This puck in the equipment of Couturier. He's got it, fires and scores! They keep coming! Sean Couturier able to beat Hellebuck. And the Flyers get a couple of goals separated by just 25 seconds. Back to Couturier behind the net. And again, it's Ristolainen. He'll fire it to Sanheim, who blasts and scores! Traffic in front. It makes its way through, and it's a 4-1 hockey game. The Flyers with the lead as Travis Sanheim. 38 seconds in the period. Ristolainen outletting here. He's got Dvorak. Cates is joining. Dvorak to Cates. Cates' a shot. He scores! Short-handed goal for Noah Cates. And the Flyers add to their lead here late in the second. It's 5-1. Hathaway. Got it free to Couturier. Dinks and scores! Second of the night for the captain of beauty. And the Flyers open up a 5-goal lead. It's 6-1. Here's Cates. Off for Seeler. His shot. He scores! Nick Seeler with a laser as he beats Comrie. And the Flyers have tied their season high for goals in a game. It's 7-1.
Certainly doing his part here.
A steal by Cates, trying to ram it around in front, get through, but it was blocked off. Not sure if it was Bussy or one of the Canes defensemen. Nice pass across ice. Michkov, he scores! Matvei Michkov with a seed, and the Flyers are on the board. It's 2-1. Chatfield leaned on. Cates gets the puck back. Twirls it the other way. Forster is there. Quick pass to Martone. In front, Zegras. He waits, he fires. Save! And then it stayed out. Did it go in? It did. They score! It came in and out so fast. It's in the net. Power play goal. The Flyers have tied this game at 2. Trevor Zegras. Mason Forster's first attempt this year. 1 for 8 in his career. Perhaps a hunch from Rick Tocchet. Forster in. Slowly. Fires and scores! If it was a hunch, it was a good one. And the Flyers are a save away from the playoffs. The Canadiens, here's McDonald. To Bonk. Cross ice, Michkov. Matvei walking the line. He'll fire and he scores! May have been deflected in front. Martone acted as though may have gotten a piece of it. Flyers are on the board with a 1-0 lead. The Kids doing all right. So he's gone to 75, and he delivers a big hit right there as he knocks Evans down. Puck into the middle, Bonk the shot, he scores! Oliver Bonk is wasting no time to make his mark in the NHL. At his first NHL point. Noah Cates has the longest streak. In front, Cates was there, it rattles around, and Michkov scores! Matvei Michkov gets to 20 goals, his 3rd point of the night. Direct player, he's going to take it up ice, hit across the line, sidesteps a couple of checks, and then has it taken away. Then it bounces in front, reaching for it, the shot, he scores! Not exactly how he drew it up, but a laser beam, and the Flyers get some breathing room. It's 4-2. Bump, the latest youngster to shine. Flyers move it out. Off the bench is Barkey with it. Barkey hands off to Zegras. Flyers in the middle of the change. Zegras holds, takes it around behind the net, takes a look, got it out to Drysdale for the shot, he scores! Jamie Drysdale fires and the Flyers get the first goal almost halfway through game one. Here's Dvorak, the puck just got away from him as he was trying to tee it up. Out to the point it goes. It's the line in the middle, Sanheim. Sanheim makes the move to the slot, the shot, he scores! Travis Sanheim, a beautiful move! And then the wrister to beat Skinner, and the Flyers are back on top halfway through the third. Konechny's there, used his glove and then his stick. Got that puck to Martone, who charges in. Martone turns with it, gets himself some space, turns again, fires and scores! The Marty Party is alive and well in the playoffs. Porter Martone makes it 3-1 Philadelphia with his first Stanley Cup playoff goal.
But after the TV timeout, Flyers have a little bit of juice here.
Flyers needed that shift. Here is Dvorak. Body by Clifton. Martone is there. Tucks it quickly back to Dvorak. Dvorak around behind. Centers at the shot. Deflects free. Martone shot. And he scores! He's done it again! Porter Martone gives the Flyers the lead. He has scored goals in each of his first two Stanley Cup playoff games. It gets past Novak, and Tippett will force Skinner to come out and play the puck, but Tippett's going to get to the puck first after Skinner played it. Play it to himself beautifully. Make a move. Tippett still has the puck. Centers it in front of the score! Got it Hathaway with a shorthanded goal off the absolutely spectacular setup from Owen Tippett. It's 2-0 Philadelphia. Penguins win this draw. Here's Carlson, a shot blocked out high. Sanheim after with Rust. Sanheim backhand. Good play by Hathaway to Tippett to Couturier. 2-on-1 moving up. Couturier across ice. Glendening, and he will put it into the empty net. Luke Glendening, the empty net goal. And the Flyers have a 3-0 lead with just over 2 minutes remaining. Point shot, Drysdale, deflect, save, rebound! Poke just away from Martone, he's got it now. Back out Drysdale, Zegras one-time, yeah, he scores! Power play goal, the Flyers tie it at 1. Glendening gets to the puck, centers, and hit the post. The redirection try in front, hit the post. Steele, here's Ristolainen with a shot, score! Rasmus Ristolainen enjoying his first trip to the playoffs as he has his first career playoff goal. Flyers in front 2-1. Hathaway careens into the corner, the puck pops free. Juleson, who picked up his first playoff point with an assist to Sealer for a shot. They score! Nick Sealer from long distance. 3-1 Philadelphia. And he has his first career playoff goal. Looking for some movement, Zegras. Holds on, back out, Drysdale. Zegras again, now Cates makes the move, the shot is scores! A beauty from Cates, in tight. Power play goal, Flyers back up by 2. They get it down low, turning with it, a shot, Novak save made, Vladar. 1:20 on the clock. Novak checked. Tippett's got it. He's on his way. Good luck catching him. Tippett and the empty netter to put it away. 5-2 Flyers. He's holding on. Drops it off. Tippett all the way across York. York to Zegras. Zegras in front. They score! Denver Barkey with his first playoff goal, and the Flyers are back within 1. They are alive. Banks it back out. Ristolainen had to knock it down. It was bouncing. Gets it to Sanheim. Sanheim trying to range in to the zone. They get it in front for a shot. They score! Travis Konechny, and the Flyers answer right back. They're within 1.
And just like in Game 4 to start the second period, Penguins with a 2-0 lead. Flyers right back in. Bump drags to the net. He scores. What a response from Philadelphia as that next shift.
But overskating was Dvorak. Konechny is there. Got it back out. Sanheim to Ristolainen. Great play by the Flyers to keep this puck in the zone. See if they can take advantage. Sanheim in front. They score!
Sanheim sent it in front, it deflects in. And all that hard work keeping the puck in the zone does pay off. Flyers win the draw. York to Michkov. Michkov back to York. York a wrister. Score! Cam York from distance. And the Flyers are on their way to the second round. And it's a beautiful thing.
Pressures out to center. Travis Konechny on the turn. Got it wide for Zegras. Centering feed. Redirected. Puck down low. Good stick. Freddie Anderson. Drysdale scores! Jamie Drysdale on the power play. And a heck of a start for the Flyers on the road in Game 2. Since April 7th.
That still doesn't seem real.
The Phillies hadn't made a managerial move at that time. Carl Grundstrom centered out in front, and they score! Sean Couturier swats one home, and the Flyers lead 2-0.
I think Jackson Blake. Martone now. Off the stick of Blake. Play towards the net front, loose puck. Zegras scores!
Trevor Zegras, with a delayed penalty coming to Carolina, cashes in on the loose puck, and this game is tied.
And now Sanheim on the reset with York. Martone on for Zegras as he peels off the wall. Tyson Foerster waiting, shooting, he scores!
Tyson Foerster, his first point of the playoffs. And Philadelphia has a 1-0 lead.
To your point, you guys were talking about with this team just being comfortable. They're just so comfortable. You can see their game growing.
Konechny the steal. Score! Alex Buck